Welcome. I'm Meredith. This is the Oasis Spiritual Empowerment Tarot, all about tarot, oracle, and empowering you. And happy Halloween. Hopefully, this will post before Halloween's over. So, I'm going to try. So, with this video, I have 3 unboxings. One is a brand new deck. The other 2 are new to me. All 3 are pretty Halloween-y. The first one is very specifically for Halloween. And then I thought I'd end with some of my favorite Halloween decks, in case you're interested. So, let's get right in. So this is from Kickstarter. Oh no, my pumpkin. It's by Triple M, and it's called Spooky Halloween Cat Tarot. And this is the only Kickstarter that was Halloween themed that actually arrived before Halloween. Not that the others weren't meant to, but it's nice when they do. So you have super cute stickers. Love this. So I did I did start doing this, and the cards were completely out of order. So rather than try to edit things together, I'm just starting again. Because if I have to edit it, it takes longer, and it takes longer for it to upload. And like I said, I'm just trying to get this uploaded before Halloween is over. Because I've been a little bit backlogged with life, so I apologize. But anyway, I love the backs. So for size, they are just a hair shorter than my tarot card here. They're right about, standard tarot size. I love these backs. The cards are very, very laminated. Maybe they're plastic. I think it's just lamination. Whatever it is, I like it. It makes it very durable. And it's got a really nice, like the edges have like a kind of soft but rough quality. You know what I mean? It's just a nice texture. So I'm thinking maybe they're plastic, but I could be wrong. So let's just get in, because like I said, we have 2 more decks to look at. One is a majors only though. So anyway, so we have the Fool. I love that. Look at the background. Isn't that fabulous? I love that Magician. And, as I'm sure you can tell already, it's very RWS for the most part. I love the bats. Really interesting backgrounds. Oh, I love that Hierophant. How cute is that? It's, this is just a fun, cute, sweet deck. Chariot's wonderful, too. I love the cape. Aww. I love Strength. And it looks like, I don't know if it's what it's meant, but to me, it looks like he's doing that needy thing, that cats do when they kind of need. Really sweet. I like that a lot. Love that. Really interesting. The Hermit, usually the Hermit's alone, right? I like that the Hermit's kind of leading the ghost. The pumpkins for justice. Oh, he's stuck. The hang cat. Aww. It's just so funny. They just crack me up. That's interesting for the devil. I feel like instead of like, you know, cats falling out of the tower, we have this cat who's like about to swat it. You know how cats do. This is what it reminds me of anyway. The star. Oh, I love that the moon's like looking at him. How fabulous for the sun. He's calling up the bugs. Oh, and then we have 2 extra cards. So we have the Ghost, which I love, and the Vampire, which I also love. Okay, so now we have our wands. And this is where it becomes a bit more RWS. I think some of the majors, maybe not as much. But here, you know. And I love that we have the spider webs. Oh, the witches. That's really interesting, because to me, usually when, you know, the 5 of Wands, it's like the clash between the wands. But here, I feel like it's the wands are coming together against the witches. I don't know if that's what the intention, but I like that. It's a little different, you know? I love that. That's so cute. Ah, I love the night. Okay, so now we have cups. That's so cute. Love the faces. A little kitten. It's just so cute. Oh, love that page. I love the horses for the knights. Okay, so now we have the swords. I really wish we had something. We don't even have a kitty in that one. What can you do? I love this. I love that it's in the house. It's like the house is like sinking or flooding. Crossed eyes. In the hammock. And now pumpkins for pentacles. It's just so silly. It's so cute. Oh my god, it's a cat pumpkin. That's fabulous. Okay, so I'm just going to give them a quick shuffle so you can see how they might shuffle. And really, really nice to shuffle. You know, they're very, very bendy. So it's a little slow to bridge back. There's not a big spring. It makes me feel even more like they're plastic, but I absolutely could be wrong. But they do go back. It's just, you know, not that quick spring like with playing cards. They move really nicely. And despite the gloss, they do move pretty well. You know, because it's not the slidey gloss, but it's not really sticky gloss either, you know. It's just like a nice sort of lamination. Or they're plastic. Either way. But yeah, so let me lay a couple out, and then we're going to move on to the next deck. Because, like I said, there are 2 more to unbox, and then I do want to show you, you know, just some of my favorites. Because, you know, even though today is Halloween, I know I like to use my Halloween decks just throughout. You know, I don't stop on Halloween or the day after. I just keep going. So, oh, excuse me. Yeah, these are super cute. They're just adorable. This would be great for kids or to read for a kid. But for anybody, especially anybody who likes cats. They're just cute stuff. Yeah, and, you know, it's a Halloween deck, but I would absolutely use this anytime. I don't feel like it can only be Halloween, you know. I mean, even beyond my extended Halloween time. Because for me, Halloween kind of goes into, you know, winter, basically. Alright. So, the next deck. So this, I got, well, it's the Icarus Tarot. And this one, it's by IH². I got this secondhand. So, because I'm pretty sure it's out of print. Maybe it's not. I don't know. If it's not, I will link it in the description. If this one isn't out of print, I think the next one is. So we do have a little book. The story of Icarus was made to keep you in line, to keep you scared of what could happen if you learned to fly. Very true. It goes right into the cards. And we do have like these kind of soft, I don't know if it's even going to pick up in this light. If you can see, I can see it. But I don't know if the camera is going to really pick up. Where you can kind of see the card. This one maybe you can see a little better. It's very pretty. It's easy to miss, but once you see it, it's easy to see it. You know. So this deck is majors only, but it does have some extra cards as well, and that's all it is. So it's just, it gives you some keywords and then a couple paragraphs about each card. So let's get in. These are so pretty. They're so pretty. Look at these backs. Oh, love, love, love. And they are right about standard tarot, a little shorter, maybe a hair more narrow, but they're right about there. Okay, and they do have that beautiful matte finish on the edges. Love that Magician. And the High Priestess. This is just, I wish this was a full deck. But, yeah, it's just it's such a great deck. I think this is a deck that, I think you could spend a lot of time with it, you know? Just, I think it's so evocative, at least to me. Yeah, and the card stock is wonderful. It's really, really lovely. Look at that. What a beautiful strength. I love that surge of color, you know, after all. I mean, the Empress, we have some, but not, you know, not like this. Love that Hermit. So I think the colors in this deck were just used very, very smartly. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of thought went into it. And, oh, look at that. It's just superb. Look at that. Oh. And it's so interesting. We have this mouth. Love this star. Like, I really love that. That's super wonderful. Oh, and the sun. I would love this as a tattoo. It's so pretty. That's so interesting for Judgment. And I love the World. Okay, so then we have Beware. Greed. Really well depicted. You know? Vision. I love this. Intention. Love that too. I really love this deck. Ritual. How fabulous is that? And Icarus. How beautiful. Okay. So let me go ahead and give these a shuffle. And I'll pick one. We'll read from the guidebook. Just so you can get an idea of what the guidebook offers. I think this one is still available. I wish I could remember. I should have checked before I started this. But they shuffle beautifully, even though, and if you've been with me for a little while, you know that smaller, like thinner decks tend to be harder for me to shuffle, but not this one. Really, really easy. So let's just pick one. Okay, so we have Greed. Alright, so we have keywords. Overindulgence, unhealthy ambition, hurtful want. Greed is not just the desire for money or the pursuit of wealth. It points instead to deeper longings, a hole in your heart that you try to fill with an unhealthy substitute. It's the sin and chain that binds you, or worse, that you use to justify the enslavement of others. Greed is rarely good or positive, but it is not unnatural. We often covet what others have. Hamilton, please. Hamilton! We grow disenchanted with the blessings we have been given, or even with our own achievements. We believe we must take what we don't have, even at the expense of others. We feel entitled to move, or that the universe owes us, when in fact the balance instead may be the other way around. This card is also a reminder to temper your ambitions with wisdom and compassion, to remind yourself that money, power, sex, whatever desire you may be pursuing, may not be what you really want. When confronted, greed can be a window into what your soul truly needs. When it's indulged, greed can lead you back to the same pitfall over and over. Temper your desires with compassion and empathy. Exercise self-restraint. Remember with gratitude how far you have come. Cultivate generosity so you can direct your good energy back into the universe instead of focusing on taking. Right, so let me lay some of these out so you can see how these might look in a reading. These are so beautiful. I can't believe I waited so long to get stuck. You know what it was? It's because it was majors only. That was my only hesitation. And, wow, this is gorgeous. And this is a deck I think is going to be super great for Halloween time, but anytime. Absolutely anytime. Yeah, oh, I just love it. Absolutely love it. Okay, and we have one more, like, unboxing. Okay, so the third unboxing is, again, a deck that's been around. I think this one's out of print. I don't remember. But it's the Secret Tarot by Dominic Murphy. And it just comes like this, but we do have a pouch. Now, again, this one also, I bought secondhand, so I'm not sure if the pouch comes with it. I feel like it does, but I'm not sure. Now, this is a really unique deck. So the cards are, again, right about standard tarot, a hair difference. Now the backs do have the writing. I don't mind it. I kind of like the backs, actually, but it's a really, really unique deck. I'm just going to tell you. It's a limited color palette, but there are colors, but it's a little bit limited. I feel like this deck fits in well for Halloween. It's just so unique. And we do get numbers and we get titles, so like this Purgatory. So definitely this is a very I can't think of the word, alchemical. That's the word I want. Base deck, which I love. Now there's no guidebook, I don't believe. I didn't get one. There are, I'm pretty sure, on the website, there might be like a guidebook, or maybe in the Kickstarter, on the Kickstarter page. I think somewhere there's a description of the cards and meanings and things. But I haven't, because I am unboxing this now, I haven't really looked too hard at it yet. So, and I really, I like to let the cards speak to me first. Love that. And the artwork is really beautiful. I feel like this might... I'm sorry. Hamilton, come here. I feel like this might pair really well with Patrick Valenza's decks, or it might be too much. Could go either way. Hamilton. And I think that this is a deck you can use in a lot of different ways. It's really going to depend on, obviously, what you want. And for me, personally, I think it's going to depend on my mood and what I'm going for in the reading, you know? But one of the things I really love about it is there's so much that you can pull from. And I just find it it's very interesting and it's very evocative. And I think that it's beautiful. It's really a beautiful deck. I know this is probably not a deck for everyone. I mean, look at, it's so fabulous. But it's definitely not a deck for everyone. But I think for those who appreciate maybe a little bit of the macabre, a little, I don't even know if dark is really the word. Like, it doesn't feel dark. It doesn't feel heavy to me. It feels very, very interesting. But I can see how perhaps it might feel dark. Well, all right, some images are a little darker than others, for sure. But I don't know. I think it's beautiful. I think it's great for this time of year. Definitely, this is not a deck for, for everyone in terms of doing the reading. So now we have more, I should say, somewhat more traditional types of staging, I guess, right? So for the Fool, the Magician, High Priestess, some more than others, right? But I feel like these cards are a bit more typical is definitely not the word. But you know what I'm saying, right? But Wheel of Misfortune. Love that eye. And it's so interesting, like she cut out her own eyes, or, like she blinded herself so that she could better see. That's how I see it. I love that too. Like, he's becoming. So yeah, I really, really like this deck. I'm not going to probably use this for clients. That's where I was trying to go before I got sidetracked. So yeah, I mean, maybe a specific client at some point, but probably not too much. This is definitely going to be a more for me deck. But it depends. You never know. I might get a client who I feel like this deck would be great for. But overall, it's probably going to be just right. Look at that. Reminds me of the movie The Fly. Like that original one. It was so creepy at the end. Alright. So let me give them a shuffle. So this is a nice cardstock. It's like a playing cardstock. And then I'll lace them out so you get an idea for how they might look in a reading. And then I'm going to pull out my favorite Halloween decks. Just briefly share. I'm not going to do full flip throughs or anything like that. But yeah, I mean, shuffles beautifully. Really easy to move. So. It's just such an interesting deck. And I think that if you wanted to, I think this would be a great deck to use more as an oracle than a standard tarot. I think that for me, this deck, I'm going to enjoy using really large spreads with it. I just feel like it has so much to say. You know what I mean? Certainly a 1-card pull would be great with it. Or 3. I feel like it definitely wants to be divisible by 3. But that could just be a me thing. But I really want to use it in nice big spreads. I just feel like it kind of wants that, you know? I feel like it has a lot to say. So, yeah, I really like this deck. I'm so glad I got it. Yeah. So, let me know what you think. I know this one is maybe a little creepier than some of the others, but the rest of the decks I have to show are not creepy, so they're just fun. Oh, let me put them back in the bag. Oh, and I want to show you one more thing, just because I just got it today, in fact, so it's perfect timing, and it's not exactly tarot related, but let me show you. So this actually came from Ipsy. So I ordered, it came with makeup and skincare stuff. It was like this mystery spooky bag or something. And, you know, it was like 80% off. But I just thought this was so much fun. And I got it for the makeup, right? Because it's not, I think it was like $30. You know, but it was, you know, great makeup stuff. Like, you saved a lot of money. But watch this. Just to show you, like, it fits so much. So I wouldn't buy this just for the bag, you know. But if you like makeup and skincare, you might. Is that close? Yeah, look at that. Mostly. Right. But I'll at least fit 2 decks. And loads of room for crystals, spread cloth, whatever. So I love that, and I think it's a great take-along for Halloween, but also for any time. Hamilton, shut up! So, yeah, so I really like it. So, and it's quilted, you know, it's a makeup bag, but I love it. I'm using it for my decks. So if you're interested, I'll link it in the description because it's still available. But again, like, it's $30, so you're really buying the makeup and getting this for free, kind of. And even then, you're saving, like, the value of the makeup's like $200 or something. Who knows? But whatever. Doesn't matter. Okay. So let's get into my other Halloween decks. And it's not all of them. I have a video. Hamilton, please come here. I have a video from last year showing all of my Halloween decks up to that point. So I think with the ones I've already shown, now you're caught up if you've seen that video, and I'll link that in the description too. So if you just want to see all the others, but these are just some of my favorites. So this is the Halloween Tarot created by Kipling West, and this is the mini or travel size. There is a standard size. I don't feel the need for it, and I love that it's in a tin and it's cheaper. So like it's a win-win. And I love the size. One day I am going to get rid of these white borders. But I love the backs. And I love the fronts. They're just so much fun. You know, and this is again, you know, for me, Halloween is kind of all of autumn and probably most of winter too, you know. In terms of decks that I reach for, sometimes I'll use this outside of that time. More of like if there's a specific theme thing going on, and that's true for most of the other decks. Some I use more often, but this one, for me to use it in spring or summer, would have to be some kind of theme thing going on. You know what I mean? Because it is so specifically Halloween-y. But it's a really fun deck. It's super easy to read. Yeah, and I just really like it. I love that. And I love the tin, you know. So that's the first one. I just have a few that I want to show you. But these are kind of my go-to Halloween decks. So the next one is actually two that both fit in this fabulous bag. So this is, oh my lord, it's by Monica Badirski, and it is Shadowland Tarot and Lenormand. Is it Shadowland? Oh my god, I hope so. I think so. Oh man, I hope I'm right. So this is the Lenormand, and I have a full walkthrough of this if you're interested. Love it, love it, love it. And, you know, I say all the time, if you don't read Lenormand, you could absolutely use this as an oracle. It's just so much fun. Love that. Shadowland. It's gotta be Shadowland, right? I hate it when words escape me. Love the fish. Yeah, so I love that. I love the backs, and I love that the backs match. But, you know, we have the same gilding, but there's a, you know, there is a size difference. So it's easy to kind of separate them out. So the Lenormand's a bit thicker, and the Tarot's a little taller. I don't know if you can see that, but it is. Well, here, I'll show you. So it's very easy to separate them, even though I keep them in the same bag. And I know some people complain about the cardstock in this. I don't know why. I really like it. It's a very smooth matte. And this deck I use whenever. It does not need to be Halloween, but it's just super great at Halloween too. It's just a really nice deck. Super, super easy to read with. And if you've never seen her channel, I encourage you to check it out, because I just love the way she talks about her decks. And, you know, so I think at one point, I think she stopped making videos, but there are some that are there, you know what I mean? It's definitely worth a look. If I remember, I will link it, but otherwise just search Monica Badirski and it should come right up. But yeah, this is a great deck, and like I said, I like the cardstock. I know people complain, I don't know why. I will say that the gilding is kind of hard, you know, it's that hard metally gilding, but the cards are a little smaller than standard tarot, a little shorter, a little more narrow. So for me, I feel like that helps make it easier to shuffle them. So they're a little stiff, but by the same token, they really shuffle easily overall, you know. It's very easy to kind of bridge them. And I just made a mess of that, but it's my fault. It's not the deck's fault. But yeah, but I know for some people, the gilding is a little hard. I don't mind it. I think I have like kind of tough hands because I do a lot of stuff with my hands. So I might be, I don't think they're super callous, but I don't know. Anyway. But yeah, it's definitely a harder gilding. So if you don't like that, you could always just trim it off or sand it off, sandpaper, like a fine sandpaper. Alright, so next we have, oh no, does this not have, this doesn't have a title card. So this is, I think it's the Skelly Tarot, the Skeleton Tarot. I'll link it. Hopefully it's still available. I don't really know. But those are the backs. They're super cute. And this is in my previous video. So, and in that one I know what it's called. I think I did an unboxing of this too. So if I have it, I'll link it. But yeah, I really enjoy this, and I enjoy this anytime. This is another one that I definitely don't feel like it needs to be Halloween to use it. It's just extra fun at Halloween. Look at that wheel. I love that card. Yeah, it's just a really nice, very limited color. But the details are very, very easy to pick up on. Oh wait, here we go. I knew there was. It said Skeleton Tarot. And I love this. You can read it, pause it if you want. Who is it by? Oh, here. By Cat Rocket Ship. And you can go to catrocketship.com. And, yeah. Love this deck. It's just a fun, sweet little deck. Okay. Let's keep this there. Alright, so then I just have a couple more that I wanted to share. Now this one. So this is the Boo Tarot by Celia Melisville. Now, this deck, a lot of people have complained about the cardstock. So here's my take on it for whatever that's worth. I mean, look at that. Oh, and I do have an unboxing of this for sure. And it's such a cute deck. I like the cardstock. I don't mind it. Is it super thick? No. But it makes it very easy to shuffle. Now, I will tell you this, and this is true for really just pretty much every deck. If you store your decks standing up, right? So it's standing like this, which I do. They will bend, right? They just will. Like, the best way to store your decks is flat. My storage system right now doesn't really allow for much of that. But here's the deal. If you go to use it and you're like, oh, this is all bendy, you just want to bridge it the opposite way that it's bent, and it will unbend it. So, wait, am I doing it the right way? No, I can't even. Well, we'll find out in a second. So, the bridging is the part, at least the way I do it. Why am I not? Yeah, that was the wrong way. So, you want to do it opposite, right? So, I'm just having problems. You know, I'm trying to go fast, and sometimes when you hurry, it takes longer. So, but yeah, so you want that bend to go the opposite way of the bend that's there, and it takes it out, you know, and you might need to do a couple, but it does really take it out pretty well. But I like the cardstock. I really do. I don't know why people have complained about it so much, unless they were just expecting like a thicker. But I feel like it's a decent thickness, honestly. But anyway, I love this deck. I think it's so cute. Definitely great for Halloween, but also anytime. You know, it's a sweet deck, and I love, so the majors all have this wonderful sparkle. But yeah, I like it. They feel nice in my hands. I don't have any issues. Super cute. So yeah, I love this deck. I really, really do. Alright. So now we just have 2 more, I think. Well, kind of 3, but I'll show you in a minute. Now this one is the Happy Halloween Tarot, and it's by Sony Graves, and this was a Kickstarter, and this is one of my favorites, and it's so stinking pretty. Look at these backs. And I love that strength. That's one of my favorite strength cards. It's just absolutely fabulous. The use of colors is just perfect. I love the borders. The borders are just perfection. Yeah, and the artwork is just wonderful. I love that. This is just a great deck. And this one, okay, Halloween's in the name, but because I love it so much, I do use it. Even if, you know, I don't care if it's August, I'm going to use this deck. You know, when I'm in the mood. You know, so I don't use that every day. I don't use any deck every single day. Look at that sun. And I love that too. It's just such a great deck. It's so pretty. Really, really nice cardstock. It's, these might be plastic. I don't know. They feel like a nice it's either the lamination or they're plastic. I don't know. But whatever it is, they're very smooth and soft. And they feel, look at that. They feel so nice. And they move beautifully. I mean, just look at that. Oh, they move beautifully. So, yeah, love this deck. This is one of my absolute favorites, and I got it, I think it was last year, and just love it. Okay, so now the next one is it's a pairing. So it's an oracle and a tarot that I keep together because I pretty much use these together definitely most of the time, if not all. And shoot if I remember. All right, let's see. So this is the Halloween Oracle, I think. Now I did trim it. This is by, I think it's Stacy DeMarco. I hope that's right. It's really, really pretty. I really enjoy this deck. Now, some people complain about this one because there are a lot of skulls. And they complain that there's a certain sameness to the skulls. So I'll show you when we get to another one. I don't mind. And I'll tell you, it's not an expensive deck, right? It's a mass market. It's very reasonably priced. So is it the same exact skull? Maybe. But I don't care. Like, well, the nose is different. So, I mean, there are differences. I don't know. I know there are a lot of skulls. But I really like it. I think it's just a fun deck. I love, that's so beautiful too. I love that card. Yeah. And I'll tell you, I like this whenever. Now, definitely Halloween. But I think it's a fun deck for any time. And it's just, it's so pretty and it feels really nice. You know, it's got a lamination. And I did edge it. It didn't, you know, because I trimmed it. So obviously I had to edge it. So it didn't come like that. But I think it's great. I really, really enjoy it. And I pair that with the Trick or Treat Tarot, which I just think they're fabulous together. I don't remember who. And, you know, this is one, it came in a huge box, got rid of the box, and there's no title card. So there's that. But this is such a fun deck. So this is, these are all people in the costumes, right? So we have Morticia and Gomez, but they're, they look like that because they're the people dressed up, which I just think is so wonderful. Mr. Rogers. I mean, it's a great deck. It's definitely full of nostalgia. It's a lot of fun. The monsters. It's a great deck. Very, very easy to read. Yeah, and I am surprised by how much I just really enjoy it. And this was such a big hit last year. Hocus Pocus. It was just such a big hit last year. I did some events, and usually I have people pick. I'll bring like a few decks, and this was picked over Boo Tarot, which I was so surprised by. But it's just a fun deck. And look how nicely these two pair. I mean, they just look so nice together. I love that. So generally, not always, but generally, if I use one, I use the other. They're just a perfect pairing. Now, let's not say that I don't pair these with other things, because I do. But if I reach for this first or I reach for this first, it's going to be followed up with the other one. You know what I mean? Sometimes I might start with a totally different deck and only pull one of these. But if I'm starting with one of these, I'm pulling the other one. If that makes sense. But yeah, I really, really, really enjoy them. And this is a newer deck. I think this came out last year. Maybe it was the year before. It was one of them. No, it was last year, because I did an unboxing of this too. And I really like it. So I think that will do it. Again, I do have more Halloween decks, so if you want to see them, I will link my other video in the description. Definitely check it out. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell so you get alerted when I post new videos. And have the most wonderful Halloween ever. And until next time, just be wonderful to yourself. Be really, really wonderful, because you deserve the best, only the best, all the best, and that is my wish for you.